loved the sound of the horn as a kid. My mother always had a lot of saxophone player records. And in elementary school, I began with clarinet, and that evolved into ultimately saxophone in junior high school and flute. And then I went to August Martin High School, which was an aviation school. But I took my first tenor saxophone solo and all the girls knew my name, so I had a quick career change. Born and raised here in New York City, yeah. So I was very fortunate that there was always opportunity for me to develop and to grow. I had the opportunity to study jazz at Jazzmobile at the age of 15 with Jimmy Heath, Frank Foster, Ernie Wilkins, people like that. And that paved the way for me to build a career in what I do now. So I love London. I mean, it's been one of my favorite places to go, and I love the musical energy there. There's a lot of great, talented musicians there. So, you know, it's always a pleasure to go there. You know, you never take anything for granted. I mean, fortunately for me, I've had it several times in my career, but you know, every time it comes around, they're like, oh, well, you know, I'm grateful another time around. It's a R&B jazz song, you know. Yeah. So we at the end of the project, Frank came in and wanted to be a part of it, and of course, I couldn't deny that because he's such a great, talented keyboard player and singer and producer, songwriter. And so I was very grateful that he was willing to contribute something to the record. James Lloyd, Piece of the Dream, yes, my good friend, yeah. That was part of a project I recorded in 2009 with James in Kansas City, and that particular song was written by one of their legendary artists, Ahmed Al-Adin, who was an educator at Kansas City, at the University of Missouri in Kansas City. So we used a few of his students on there, but he played with people like Ella Fitzgerald, Count Basie Orchestra, Lady Day, Charlie Parker. I mean, Dizzy Gillespie. He goes, you know, he was just a legend in Kansas City. So yeah, it features Robert doing the piano solo on there. Maybe this was a little bit of a bucket list, if you will, you know, to work with people I've always admired. Robert is somebody I knew in college. We went to, my brother Fareed and I went to school with Robert at the New England Conservatory of Music in Boston. And that's where we first met. So that's well over 34 years ago or so. And where we met there, we became friends. And then, you know, he's from Seattle, so he and Kenny G grew up together. He's been Kenny G's musical director for 35 years or more. And you know, we finally had the opportunity now to work together on a song that he's written and produced. And he's actually played on a couple of my former albums, but, you know, honestly, I didn't have a plan. I just wanted to work with different people, and this is what we ended up with. I'm glad it went the way it did. You know, at first it seemed like, you know, I just had a whole bunch of ideas, but the art and trying to make it work was combining all those things together where it makes sense. I try to create records that hopefully keep an interest, you know, and rather than just have a line of just stuff that sounds the same to me, you know. So definitely different energy every song. Very fortunate to, I guess if I had this, people I've been fans of growing up, touring with people like George Duke, Stanley Clarke, you know, Prince, Chaka Khan. Started my career, both my brother and I, My professional career as a A-level was with Shaka, yes. I don't know if I have a favorite. There are people I would love to do special projects with, like Herbie Hancock. We've worked together. He's played on one of my records. I would love to do a project with him. Herbie, I hope Herbie's listening. Hey, or even Shaka, I would love to do something with her, so. Did a concert as a gift to the nation, and it happened to be on his birthday and his wedding, celebrating his wedding to his new wife at the time, after when he had divorced. And I was part of a group of people that went that included myself, Shaka Khan, Stevie Wonder, Kenny Lattimore, and a few other R&B artists at the time, Drew Hill. And we went and did the concert over there in two cities, Johannesburg and Durban. And then we were invited to his home to have lunch with him, which was really special. That was really a treat for me, because as big as a giant as he was as a leader, he was just the easiest guy to be around, Just a wonderful spirit. Very mind-blowing.